Hello, good evening. My name is Isabella, and I'm the founder of Sacred Light Alchemy. And tonight we are going to talk about and share in this circle everything to do about the new moon in Capricorn and how this new moon in Capricorn is going to influence us. Where are like the best practices that we can do um, when there is this energy with a new moon in Capricorn, and also what we can do in terms of we should integrate this energy, right? But before I enter more into more detail, I just want to make sure that everybody is going to know what we are doing tonight. So, first of all, we're going to open a sacred space that is going to allow us to call for the spirits that can help us in the circle tonight. Also, to call for our ancestors and guides, and also to feel safe in order for us to share in the circle the energy and open up more, right? To be receptive, not to be closed off. After that, I'm going to talk about the astrology for this new moon in Capricorn, how the planets are going to be, um, how are going to be triggering us, or what is the energy that is going to be available for us for this new moon in Capricorn. Also, I'm this time I'm also going to talk about the astrology for all the 12 signs of the zodiac, starting with Aries up until Pisces. And then we are going to do a clearing meditation that you can do until the end of the year, for example, because it's a good practice for you to not just integrate the energies of the new moon in Capricorn, but also to be able to manage whatever triggers are coming on your way, and also before the end of the new year to close off, let's say, all the themes of the 2022 year. Um, so, and then we're going to do a closing of the space, right? Closing the sacred space. Amazing. So now let's start with the first step, which is, as I said, open up the sacred space. I'm going to ask you to close your eyes, and you either going to put your hands in prayer mode, or the left hand on your higher heart, which is right above the chest, your thymus gland, where your thymus gland is, and also the right hand on the belly or the womb. And closing your eyes, you're going to just listen to my incantation. Um, to the south, to the west, to the north, to the east, to the Mother Earth, to the Father Sky, to all the light beings and guides and stellar nations that are here with us today. Please help us, ancestors, and last but not least, our higher self. Please be with us. I'm going to ask for Archangel Michael and the Lords of Karma, or Angels of Karma, to surround us and protect us into this space for only love, light, and truth to surround us, me and each and every one of the people watching this. Surround us with a protection cloth and light that is going to allow us to be more open and more receptive to these energies that are surrounding us. Amazing. Keep your eyes closed and let's set an intention for tonight. It can be whatever intention you want. Maybe to open up more, maybe to receive the answers that you're looking for and you were guided to see this video. Anything that comes to your mind. Amazing. And now we're going to open the eyes slowly, and I'm going to start to share with you the astrology information that I'm not just I just not only the one that I prepared for you, but also the one that I'm going to be guided to share with you just by being here in this energy, into this space. Because as I mentioned at the beginning, we all have helpers, we all have guides that are watching over us and helping us all the time. We are never alone. So let's start by first talking about what is a new moon. Okay, a new moon is has everything to do with new beginnings, with starting fresh, with starting new projects, which in our case is a bit of a contradiction because in a few days we are going to end this year of 2022. So the beautiful contradiction here is that we still have something to end before we actually fully integrate and be ready to invite things in our life. However, the new moon being in the sign of Capricorn, which has everything to do with authority, with taking responsibility, with goals, with it's governed by the planet Saturn, which is the most, let's say, um, authoritative planet in the whole zodiac, and is asking us to be responsible to know how to manage our time here on Earth. We can also say that we have the perfect time, the perfect momentum to actually prepare this, let's say, for this new beginning more responsibly, not necessarily just out of the bat, which means that I know that talking about the contradiction that I was mentioned at the beginning, not just that I need to finish some of the things that I'm still left from the new year, the last year 2022, but I also have the time now to put together the plan which is going to allow me to take responsibility for a longer time, right? Saturn is the lord of karma, but also the lord of time. So whatever I'm putting now as a seed for the new moon is going to gestate and maybe take fruit on a longer time. So in the last days of this year, besides clearing and releasing it, we can also manage or take the time to manage how we are going to set the intention and in what time and what and how we are going to do our intentions. Okay, to reflect more what is important for us, what is actually of value for us, and what I want to actually build for long time, right? It's not just long term goals. Amazing. So for the new month, sorry, for the new moon, always we have the sun and the moon coming together. As I always say, the sun represents the masculine energy in each and every one of us, be it feminine or masculine, and the moon represents the feminine aspect of us, be it feminine or masculine. Okay, whenever the masculine and the feminine are coming together, they are ready to create something. They are ready to start a new process. They are ready to make something happen. Okay, so that's exactly what's happening also with the new moon in Capricorn. Besides the two planets of sun and moon, we also have um, two other or three other planets in Capricorn, which in astrology we call a stellium. That means that the energy is very grounded and asks for us to be very responsible, to be very mature, and actually to whatever doesn't take has the test of time. Okay, whatever we still keep holding on something that is not of value on a long term, we actually need to release. That's the call of the universe. That's the call of of this energy of the new moon in Capricorn. So, as I said, we have this grounding energy that is going to allow us to see exactly what we want to build for the future. Capricorn is also the builder of the zodiac. It's also the architect of the zodiac. So imagine what is of value and what we want to build in our life, and how we can be the builder and the architect of our life in the way we want to be. But not just that, also how we can also help the world do just that, because Capricorn is also related to the public, to the career, to how we are viewed in the world, what is our status in the world, and what is our reputation in the world. So we need to see how I like to be seen in the world, or um, um, I'm currently seeing in the world, and if I want to change that in some way or some form. Okay, because maybe now, until now I have done something as career wise, for example, that was not necessarily internally fulfilling for me, but was needed in society. However, I was not able to integrate or to share something that I actually enjoy um, with the world. So now this is a good time for me to also share with the world something that I resonate inside, not just something that the world needs and I'm there to give and serve. The two internal and external needs, let's say, need to be met. My need versus and the world's needs. Okay, so this is in general what a new moon and also the new moon in Capricorn signifies. But also, what I also see on the sky when the new moon is happening, which is today, also depending on the time zone. This is happening in different times. It started from the morning, and maybe it's going to also last until the evening on some places in the world. So I'm not going to say a specific time when the new moon is happening exactly, because that depends on the time zone everybody is at, and because this video is being watched by several people that are not necessarily in my time zone, which is Central Europe. um, I'm not going to say the time specifically. So yes, based on the chart of today's date, let's say when the new moon is happening, we also have a beautiful story on the sky. I always like to see the story in the planets and in the minds, and that's why I need to and I'm going to share you this story. It's not just pure astrology. So the story on the sky is, the universe is asking for us not just to clear, as I said at the beginning, not just to clear the end of this year or whatever has remained from this year of 2022, but is also asking us to see what traditions, let's say, we still hold on that are not necessarily good for us to keep on the long term, starting with the new year. We have several other aspects and planets that are going to change and switch signs in the coming year. But what I'm talking about now in the universe, and what the universe is telling us, is that whatever structure or traditional structure that we are still holding on to, and is not necessarily valid for us, is not necessarily solid for us enough to build our structure or our skeleton on it, we need to let it go. And for that, we need to step outside of the comfort zone and think outside of the box. Okay, that's the first step. But also, the story says that whatever we think that is good in this structure, in this traditional structure that we are going to release, we should keep. For example, I'm going to give you just a regular example. We have an old home or house, and we don't want to keep this home or this house, but we are going to keep the bricks that this home or this house was built from. This is one thing that I'm going to keep, for example, from whatever that construction was before. And that's what I'm going to keep for the new year. This is what the universe is going to tell you to do, for example, or is going to, I'm also advising you or recommending you to do. Of course, this was just a metaphor, but what I'm talking about, you need to see where this falls into your life, be it in your career, be it in your relationships with others, in whatever you are as a person right now, and in any aspect of your life, social and so on and so forth. So thinking outside the box, releasing whatever outdated structure we need to let go of in order to build something new, but also um, see to do that whenever we are feeling safe. Why is that? When we are feeling safe, when we think that we are safe, we are able to let go easier and with less resistance. Okay? For example, that's what I always do when I'm doing these things. I'm opening up the sacred space. And not just you guys that are watching are going to be involved in this. Or you're going to be surrounded by this aura of safety, but also myself to open up and share this information with you, and to open myself and to be receptive to everything that is coming to me as an inspiration to share with you guys. So exactly as I'm saying, whenever I'm going to feel safe in my life to do something, I'm going to be more, I'm going to be opening up more, and with less resistance, I'm going to integrate in my life whatever I need to integrate, and it's good for me. Okay, so releasing the structure. I'm just going to recap for a moment. Releasing the structure stepping outside of the comfort zone or thinking outside the box, making sure I'm feeling safe while and when I'm doing that, and then going back to becoming responsible for the process of whatever I wish to create in my life, to become responsible, to bring the new, okay, to bring the new in my life, because the, the process of creation is a process of bringing new life into the world, right? Thinking about a baby, you can understand that I'm bringing a new life, but also bringing a new project doesn't have, that could be my baby, right? Bringing my new idea, bringing my new for example, painting or whatever I wish to create in this world. Okay, so this is in general the story that the sky wishes to tell us, because if we are not doing this or in this form, the process, we are going to have some bumping in the road, or we are going to be faced with internal resistance, or we are going to be faced with resistance from others that we are collaborating or have relationships with. So we need to be mindful of that. So, again, in general, responsibility, thinking outside of the box, releasing the old, and also feeling safe, or at least as much as safe as I'm capable of feeling, um, in order for me to bring these new life, right, into the world. And yes, of course, this comes with intentions, and setting up the goals or the wishes that I want to accomplish, um, and that we can do also in the new moon. Okay, and now this, as I said, was the general information for everyone. Doesn't matter the sign. This is something that is going to happen individually and as a collective energy. But now I want to take each sign, which is from Aries up to Pisces, and tell you a bit about each and every sign and how this new moon is going to influence you, and what you need to work on, or what specific sector in your life is going to be influenced by this energy. And I'm going to start, of course, with the first sign, which is Aries. And with Aries, this energy is falling exactly in the house of Capricorn's house, which is the 10th house, which is the, as I said, the house of status, the sector of the chart that is related to my how people are perceiving me, how my reputation in the world is, if I'm single, if I'm married, if I'm having a child or two kids, two children, or if I'm a doctor, or whatever, or how the world knows about me, and not necessarily my internal life and how I'm being seen by my family, for example, inside the home space. Okay, so Aries, with this energy, you are going to be triggered by the universe to see whether you still like where you are, whether your face or your mask that you put outside into the world, it's still um, it's still the one that resonates with you at this moment, whether your internal wishes are also what you are sharing with the world. Because if this is not happening, you're going to always have a contradiction with yourself, and trying to please other people, and not necessarily being connected with who you are. Okay, so that means that you may change your job at this time, or your career. You can also advance in your career. You can become your own boss, for example, starting a new business. You can get married, um, and you can be um, something that you want to be. You can have a child, and this is going to happen. Usually, when I'm saying that, when we have a new moon, I'm going to talk and say that this is the new moon cycle, okay, which is 28, 29 days. And this is where when you're going to influence. But no, being at the end of the year and being the last new moon of the year, whatever I'm talking about now about each sign is going to happen for the rest of the year. Okay, so whatever I'm talking about now in terms of your career or status in the world is going to happen the whole year of 2023, because that's how this year is closing, and you're going to have the same story happening in 2023. So you have the time now to change whatever you want to change in this aspect of your life. For Taurus, the house that is going to be the most influence for this moon cycle, 28, 29 days, and the rest of 2023, is going to be in the house of beliefs, what I believe in terms of what is my philosophy of life, what is my lifestyle, also what I believe in, right? In terms of religion, in terms of limiting beliefs, or what is my study, what I like to study, what also to know myself better through traveling, because it's also the house of traveling, of studies, of long-term studies. For example, if I want to incorporate in university or master degree, it's the right time to do that. If I want to travel the world, for example, it's the perfect time to do that. If I want to have let's say, to have more travels in my life. It doesn't have to be that I'm going to travel the world, but have more traveling in the coming year. This is the perfect time to do that. The universe is helping you do that. Okay. For Gemini, the energy is happening in the house of shared resources with somebody else, be it the resources that you have together with your partner, with your job, or with a partner that you have a business with. So into this, what are resources? Resources is everything that you have, starting from time to skills to money to assets and so on and so forth. So the universe is going to tell you, or is going to ask for you to make room, or review where you are putting your resources. Because, for example, if you want to start something new right now, maybe you still have some ongoing project that you are not going to be able to take your, let's say, time or money or assets from that right now, in order for you to concentrate on the new project that you want to create. So the review is where I'm going to um, take my resources from, where is going to come, where my time is going to go to, and what is more important for me. Okay, what is the project that is most of my what is takes priority. Okay, so yes, you may have let's say issues, or you might need to think about a new investment, for example, or you might want to take a loan from the bank, or another agency of some sort that is able to provide you some money, or You might also see that this coming moon cycle or new year, you are going to have a major transformation in your life in terms of how it's going to be a very transformative life for you in some way or some form. It's either going to be something that you consciously you're going to pick and choose to change, or the universe is going to give you some experiences in order for you to be transformed in some way. And sometimes it can be lessons that you need to learn through that transformation. For Cancer, the energy is happening in the house of relationships or relating. So your way of relating with others might change in this moon cycle or new year. Your way of speaking to others might be and relating, as I said, might be different or might change, or you might want to be might have to change your way of relating to others because you're going to see, for example, that you're not respected enough, that you're giving too much of your time to a specific relationship and you shouldn't do that. Also, some of the relationships that you resonated with may not be available. For example, in this time, you are all either going to release some relationships, and new relationships are going to come into your life, which is amazing. Whenever we make space and room for new things to come, the universe is always giving us back what we need. Remember, it doesn't have to be like how do you call it, like a give and take necessarily from the universe or with the universe. Sometimes the relationships that we have with others um, don't necessarily be don't we don't need to change with other relationships. We might just need to just keep our circle of relating smaller and give that time to ourselves or to our projects. So keep that in mind. Also, last but not least, they can easily find a new partner if you are looking for one, a new love in your life, even to get married or have a new level of commitment in your current love life. For Leos, the energy is happening in the house of daily habits or daily routine. It's also the house of health, the house of or the sector of the chart of detox, and whatever I'm doing ritual as a ritual in my life. I'm waking up, brushing my teeth, doing meditation, going to the gym. In some way, the universe is going to ask for you, dear Leo, to either change this routine in some way because your health is going to be affected in some way if you are not doing that, or you are going to be triggered or challenged to actually change something that is unhealthy at the moment in your life and to bring something more healthy. For example, I'm going to get rid of sugar or eat less sugar in my life because my health is not doing well because of that, or take a routine, for example, always praying before eating because this is calming my mind and I'm not eating with my mind, right? I'm eating with what my body needs, and so on and so forth. So your routine or daily things, little things are going to change in some way. And if you are not doing that consciously, because you are hearing me this talking about this, the universe is going to trigger you in some way or some form, or you are going to be influenced or inspired by other people to do just that. For Virgo, the energy is going to happen in the house of your creative juice, your creative powers, your creativity, your also the domain of life where children are involved, where hobbies are involved, where you, for example, you like to make sport but also create something. Okay, you, the universe is asking you to take something seriously in terms of making a commitment to stick with something that you like and to do that, or to make that hobby into something that is, let's say, disciplined. Okay, taking that as a discipline, or taking that as something that you are doing very constantly. Okay, and also, if you wish to have a child, it's a good omen, or it's a good time to do just that. The new this month, or the whole year, you can have a new love or a new commitment to the already um, relationship and love that you already have. For Libra, for Libra, the energy is happening in the house of your soul, or the house where you live currently, or the house, it's also as an extension related to your homeland. If you are relocated, where you are relocated, but also relates to the soul, the seat of the soul. So the universe is taking you where, or is showing you where you need maybe to change something in your home, where you need to see, um, maybe to change homes. If something is not right now where you live, maybe you need to expand a bit your home space from an apartment to a home, to a home on the ground, right? Like to a house. Maybe because you are changing yourself, you're going to not want to have a home, for example, for a while, and let's say you're going to travel, or you are going to heal something inside of your soul, that is going to give you something back in terms of parts of the soul coming back to you. And also, this is also the house of your mother or mother ancestors. So the universe is also inviting you to maybe heal something that has relating to your feminine roots, um, where your mother and your mother's ancestors are coming from. So beautiful energy for Libra, of healing, of changes in your home space, recuperating or retrieving parts of the soul that you've lost. Amazing. For Scorpio, the energy is happening in the house of communication, short travels, and short courses. For example, I'm taking a course in knowing how to create candles, or I'm taking a course of on knowing how to do pottery. I'm taking a course, a short course of how to knit, and so on and so forth. So the energy is asking me, the new moon in Capricorn is asking me as a Scorpio, right? Scorpio, be it ascendant, moon, or sun, to actually um, communicate through what I'm learning, but also um, being a student. Okay, being a teacher, but also a student. This is like the way of where I need to bring information to the world, and also share information to the world, but also um, somebody bring me to information but also share information, so student and or teacher. But also the way I communicate to myself is very important, um, because how I'm speaking to myself has immediate influence, energetically speaking, on myself, not necessarily on the person that I'm communicating with. For example, if I'm being nasty with somebody, it's not going to have a direct influence on that person, it's more on myself. Firstly, on myself. So that's the universe asking you to pay attention to how you communicate with yourself, transform or let go of the thoughts that are negative in you, and keep low in the drama, okay? Because that's has a direct influence on yourself and your environment, okay? And also, you it's a good time to travel, it's a good time to study, it's a good time to relate, for example, with your first degree relatives, for example, sisters, uncles, brothers, um, nieces, and so on and so forth. Okay, it's a very good time to maybe make this relationship more strong, or change the relationship with them in some way, on some form. Then we have Sagittarius. The Sagittarius, for Sagittarius people, which are ascendant, moon, or sun, we have the new moon in Aquarius in their personal resources. Okay, the resources that we have in the home space, which is time, my skills, money, assets in any way, shape, or form. So you are invited now to actually make a long-term plan on how you are going to um, um, bring more money into your life, or bring more assets into your life, bring more value into your life, how you're going to develop your talents, your already existing talents, or how you're going to use your talents to create more abundance and wealth into your life, or how and where you are using this your talents and times and resources in the current projects in your life, and where you want to actually put your time, to put your resources, and what is takes priority in you. And also, last but not least, this is also the house of Taurus, which has to do with value, knowing your worth, knowing your value, and what this brings into the world. Whenever you are sharing yourself, be be conscious about this truth, okay, about you being or bringing value into the world when you do that. For Capricorn, for Capricorn, the energy is happening in the house of self-image, or how you are viewed by others in terms of your image in the world. For example, that means that you might want to change something in your aspect, okay? I always talk about this house as being the door to your house. The door to your house might, you might want to change, because whatever put, let's say, some barriers, or more boundaries to the people that are coming in and out of your life, and or letting go of some of the barriers. As I said, the door, talking about the metaphor about the door maybe is too strict, and you might need to lower a bit this strictness and these barriers in order for you to relate better with the world and have a different image. It's a perfect time, for example, if you want to change something about your aspect, including losing weight, gaining weight, changing your your style, in terms of your hair or your face, teeth, anything to do with skin, because Capricorn is all about skin, hair, nails, and your bone structure. So anything that you want to change in your aspect, it's a good time to do that. But make sure that the change that you are doing is something that it's going to influence you or affect you long term, um, because that's going to take the energy is so let's say the energy is so strong that this is going to take effect on long term. So it's not something short. It's going to influence you for not just a week or a year. It may take longer. So be aware of that. Whatever you change now, that it's going to affect you on a long term. Um, okay. Also, for Aquarius, the energy is happening in the house of your subconscious. It's also the house that I say that is the house of God, where we retreat and pray and meditate and talk to God and to our higher self or to our souls, and also the house where we meet our scariest fears and demons, and how, whatever you are calling those fears that we are always trying to, let's say, calm down or make friends with, or release, transform in some way and some shape. So the universe is asking you for you to go into your basement, okay, to go and bring the healing that your fears, your skeletons in the closet need to be, okay, whatever was traumatic for you, for example, to go back there and release the emotions associated with that. But because whenever we are not living those feelings, where and when we had some sort of trauma, they are becoming more and more of a burden, and the energy is not losing. We need it's not leaving. We need to transform it, and whenever we transform that, and how we transform it, it's going back and release it by feeling the emotions, and also paying attention to what it has to say and what we had to learn from that trauma. Okay, that was for Aquarius. For, and last but not least, is Pisces. For Pisces, the energy is influencing your house of dreams, wishes, and long term plans. And also the way, it's also the popularity house, and how you are sharing yourself in your circle of friends or associations or groups. So this is telling me that the universe is helping you maybe make new friends, being in new groups that are more in tune and in resonance with who you are today. Also, for example, if you want to create a group of your own, that you can be the star of your own group, is the right place in time to do that. Also, if you want, for example, to adopt a baby or a pet, or something, to adopt a new trend or new lifetime, this is the way, and this is the time to do it. And also, last but not least, because it's also the house of your dreams, the universe is telling you, clear whatever dreams are left undone, or review the ones that are left undone and see if those are still resonated with you, and put them to work. Okay, and you put yourself to work on those dreams, because you have the time now, and the energy and the friends that are going to help you, and the universe cheering for you in order for you to have those dreams coming true. Okay, so that's the last of our signs. The last thing that I want to say before we are going to go into the meditation for the clearing, um, the last thing that I want to mention is that we need to again release whatever we need to release for this new the last year 2022. Step outside of the comfort zone and release any traditional structure that we are still lingering on, and uh, let's say the universe for us to be inspired from. Create your sacred space, create your sacred omen in order for you to feel safe to do just that, and then get into the creative process and bring that new dream, bring that new creation into your life. Whenever you are doing that, because we are all relating to each other energetically and collectively speaking, you are putting, let's say, your small piece of the puzzle in the world, and you are bringing more beauty, you are bringing more responsibility, you are bringing your effort into this long and beautiful wheel of life that we are all part of. Amazing. So that was what I wanted to share about the astrology. Let's now close the eyes, because we are going to have the clearing meditation that I want to share. It's going to be short and sweet. As I said, you can do this for the rest of the year 2022 in order for you to integrate better the energy of this new moon, but also to clear the this this year of 2022 in order for you to be clear and for you to bring the new year into manifestation. Okay, amazing. So let's close the eyes. I remind you that I already called the light beings and the ancestors and Archangel Michael and the Lords of Karma that are helping us to be safe and receptive, to connect to our hearts, to connect with our hearts more. You can do that by placing your hand on your heart space. And let's just breathe 3 times to release all the mind chatter or whatever you have as an energy from today's activities, let's say. Okay, so we are going to breathe and let go of uh, through the breath. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Amazing. Staying with your eyes closed. We are going to connect more the with the breath, and let's connect more into the present and with the body. And for that, uh, let's focus our mind's eyes on the top of the head while breathing. Focus on your forehead, the nose, the mouth, the neck, the chest, the belly, the pelvic area, your legs and feet. So now just with your mind's eyes, look up and watch your body in its entirety, up and down, from above to below and from below to above. Connect more with your body, with the breath, with the now moment. And I want you to go into your heart space with your mind's eyes and imagine that into this space you want to bring more light because now it's more dark. And just as you go into an empty, dark space or room, you are going to enter the space in your heart, and where you see a switch, you're going to turn that switch on into that space, into that room, and see how the light is lighting up in the space in your heart. See how dim it is, how light, how dark it is. It can be very dark still or dim, or it can be very shiny. See how your room in the heart is when you switched on the light. And I want you to, with your mind's eyes and imagination, to now bring more light into this space. It doesn't matter that if you turn on your own light, I want you to bring more light into the space, into your heart. So imagine that you are bringing the sun into this space. The sun itself, you're bringing it into this heart space. Making this space very, very shiny and light. Amazing. And I want you now to go into your womb or the belly. And you enter the same way. You enter the space as if it's going to be a room with no light. And you're switching on the light. And see how the light is. If it's dim, if it's still dark, if it's very shiny. Depending on everyone's situation, see how it is with your mind's eyes. And I want you now to make this room or this space with more light. And for that, you're going to imagine again the sun coming in this space, making it shiny, clear, and pure. Golden, bringing it here. Amazing. And now the last area or room we're going to enter is the room inside of our head, which is right between our eyebrows, right? The third eye. So you're going to imagine that there's a door into your room, that it's entering through the forehead in this room. And you're going to enter the room and find a switch, and the switch, you're turning on the light. Turning up the light into your head, into the room in your head, between your eyebrows. See how dim or light it is, or dark. And now I want you to bring again the sun into manifestation. Okay? Bring the light into manifestation, my dears, and bring this shiny sun into your head. Make it very, very shiny. Amazing. And I want you now to imagine that the sun or the room in your head is going to create a corridor of light with the room in your heart and with the room in your belly or womb. So you have two corridors to the three rooms in your being. And they are going to be both corridors lightened up by the sun that you brought into your being. Okay? Amazing. So your whole being now is full of light. Your whole being is now full of light and full of sun. And that's in itself is a very deep clearing of all the energies or negative emotions or negative thoughts that you've hold on into your being and you haven't let it go. Be it from you, be it from others. You can make this clearing meditation, as I said, until the end of the year, and only doing that, which is no more than 10 minutes a day. No more than 10 minutes a day. You can do this clearing faster than me, than we've done it today. I had to explain it, but you can do it faster and it can take even 5 minutes. And when the new year is coming, you are going to be ready to make this new year and to manifest it easier in your life with everything that you wish to be to bring. I want you now, before we close this meditation, I want you to think of a person that you would like to share this shiny and light energy with. It can be a person that you love. It can be a situation in your life that needs some light and consciousness. Think about it and let's imagine that from your heart space, this sun or this um, light is going into that person's heart or that situation and is making more light into it, but with no expectation, with no attachment to the outcome or how that person is going to behave or how that situation is going to manifest. Just bring that light. One more minute. Continue sending that energy, that light, to people, situations, or places that you've imagined. Amazing. Beautiful. Amazing. Keep your eyes closed. Let's retrieve the energy that we sent to these people, places, or things. Keep again the mind's eyes on your heart space and body. And now we're going to move slowly the hands, the feet. We're going to touch our hands, our body, slowly coming out from this internal space, coming out slowly. And when you're ready, I want you to open up the eyes when you're ready. Amazing. And before we close off, I'm going to share with you the oracle card that I picked for this new moon in Capricorn. And for that, I'm going to just look it for a moment in the book, the Oracle of Isis, or Isis Oracle. That's where I drew. I draw oracle from, and the card is called Enter the Chamber of Healing. Enter the Chamber of Healing. Just a moment, I'm going to share it with you right now. This is the card. Okay, enter the Chamber of Healing, healing in the divine chamber of Lady Isis. And the message goes something like that. A spiritual gift of healing is coming to you now. Be open, without expectation or preconceived notions, and allow the healing from the Lady Isis, Mistress of Magic, to help you find the best solution for any situation that does not appear to be as it should be. Take your time and create space into which her magic and energy can flow now. Expect your miracle. So it's also saying, when the divine Lady Isis offers you a healing gift of magic, it is something to accept as a gift of unconditional love with open arms. It will be offered without agenda, with the only intent being for your highest good and spiritual growth. It will not necessarily look or feel like you expected, but you will realize in the unfoldment of the process of or circumstances that it was a spiritual healing gift from the divine, even though you may not have immediately recognized it as being such at the time. And we also have, just to make sure, we also have an incantation to say when we enter the healing space of Isis. You can say this incantation, as I said, to boost any healing process, whether it seems to have started already, or it is still below the level of your conscious awareness. And the incantation of Isis going into the healing room of Isis is this: healing comes, healing flows, healing blossoms, and it shows. I thank Lady Isis for her love and light, her healing gifts through spiritual night. Bring me now to the light of this day, and healing blossoms without delay. This is our beautiful gift for the new moon in Capricorn, my dears. Thank you for the ones that are watching, popping in or out, and also for the ones that are going to watch the recording of this new moon in Capricorn. I remind you that whatever I shared with you is not just for this full moon, this new moon cycle, which is 28 or 29 days. It's for the rest of the year of 2023. So the whole year round. Thank you so much for being here. We are going to close the space and then say good night and goodbye. Closing the eyes, let's say thanks and be grateful for south direction, to the west, to the north, to the east, to the Mother Earth, to the Father Sky, to all the light beings, archangels, guides, and ancestors, and last but not least, to our higher um, self for being with us, to inspire us, to heal us, to become more aware of our processes, of our journey on earth, to become more conscious of our, let's say, the things that we need to do. We thank them for all the help that are going to do from now on for us, and also for being with us in our journey on earth. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, thank you, all of you that were here with me, and also for the ones watching this later. Until next time, take care and namaste.